I don't even know like what's a good entrance. Like I haven't really thought about it. It's like, hi, what's up? Hello, it's my channel. Like I don't think I want to do all that. To my one subscriber, welcome back. I hope you're not just here because you thought I was gonna be posting another cleaning vid, but there'll be more because it's going on in here. And I have only just like broken the surface to like cleaning it up. So hi to my one subscriber. Obviously, by the title, you know why you're here. I think my therapist is ghosting me. I think, and I say I think because I don't know, this is kind of sad, but like my therapist has stood me up twice, and I don't know, it's just not giving what I would think therapy is supposed to be giving. So, story time. So, on this journey that like I've been on with like not dating and just solely focusing on myself, I also wanted to include therapy in that because I don't think I've ever really like, I don't know, every time I try therapy, it never lasts long, and it's not because I want to stop doing it. I have always wanted therapy. I always want to be in therapy because I feel like I just need a professional person to talk about my problems with. I feel like I need that. And I met a therapist maybe a couple months ago. Great. I was like, I love you. I could fall in love with you. Meaning that I just like, the first day it was just like great vibes. Like, yes, I want you to be my therapist. Great. Consultation is cool. She's like, so tell me about your trauma. A trauma dumped on her. Love doing that. We love that. And the next visit, and she didn't show up. And I was like, that's not normal. So I set up another visit because that's what you do. Like, I don't know. I just don't give up. I'm like, so what was that? Because I need an explanation on like why you did me like that. And like in the messages, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I was locked out of my account. And I was like, oh, okay, I can work with that. That's fine. Because that happens, I think that's like an abnormal circumstance. I can get with that. That's fine. We keep continuing with therapy thereafter. Not a problem. She is late. She is 15 minutes late. And it does kind of bother me that, like, we are starting later and we're still finishing on time. Because I feel like I'm paying for an hour, not 45 minutes. But, she's there. But last week, well, not even last week. 2 weeks ago, I had a session, or so I thought I did. I thought we definitely set that up because I remember us kicking at the end, like, oh, hey, like, we're gonna do this next week, right? And it's like, oh, yeah. In 48 hours, I'm totally gonna put it like in my schedule. That's like what I'm totally gonna do. Awesome. I'll see you then. And usually you get like a little message saying like, "Hey, do you still want to have your therapy session? Yes or no?" And like you do Y for yes and for no. And I didn't get that one that week. So maybe it was just like maybe I had missed something and I actually didn't set it up. I'm actually not really sure how that happened.
Oh, hey, this is editing me. I just realized that I never actually said what happened. So 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how we're totally gonna set up this appointment, right? Totes, totes, totes. And I was there and I was like in the little waiting room area, like you're waiting for like the video to start, and like she never showed up. And so I was just very confused. And so that's when I went into like, did we actually set this up? But yeah, nothing had happened from that. So that's what ended up happening, was like that was like the second time that she didn't show up.
Last week, I scheduled another appointment because like I said, like when that happens, I'm just like, nah, you gotta tell me why you did that. Like, but really, I was just like, maybe it was just a mistake, and we'll just like be like, ha ha ha, oopsie doopsie. And we get to the point where like, I actually forgot. And I was actually out with my friend. And I said, oh, can I get an hour so I can do therapy? Da 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 da. And she sets up one of her rooms in her apartment for me so I can do my therapy. I'm sitting there. I mean, you saw it in the clip. Like,
Flashback.
this is me in real time in my best friend's apartment because we were supposed to go out.
and like do shit and like go shopping and shit. And I was like, oh shoot, I forgot I have therapy. And she's like, oh cool, no, take your time. Gave me an hour to sit down and like do therapy, and my therapist didn't show up. That's like the second time. Who gets stood up by a therapist? Like, that's just unprofessional as fuck. Like, I don't want to hate her for standing me up, and like I feel like I've just been ghosted. I just feel like there should be like a part of it where it's just like, oh, like your therapist wants to reschedule, like, or just say you want to reschedule, or like that it's not working for you. It's just like, this is not helping with my mental health. If anything, it's damaging it, and I can't even process.
End of flashback.
And like I'm in there and I'm waiting. I even like made a TikTok about it like as it was happening. Teacher rules: if you're not there in 15 minutes, then like it's done. I gave her 20, and that blew me. That really it blew me, because it was just like, who does that? And I didn't want to be mad, because it's just like I want to continue. And then at the moment I was like, if I do this again, I'm goofy. Like, I'm goofy. And I was hurt for like, it didn't hit me that day, but like on Sunday, because like I had the appointment on Friday, and then like, you know, the first day was like, dang, and then the second day I was like, dang, and then on Sunday I was just like, I'm mad. I scheduled another appointment, guys. Goofy. But the thing is, like, who does that? Especially like a therapist. Like, your whole job is to give me a safe space. I'm not feeling safe. And maybe, like, yeah, like I said, like, maybe I'm goofy. But, like, I need some closure at least. Like, no, you gotta talk to me. Like, you gotta communicate with me. And when that was happening, I was, like, literally looking it up. Like, I looked it up on YouTube searches. And there was, like, a couple people who talked about, like, yeah, their therapist had, like, ghosted them. But on TikTok, there's, like, a whole list of videos talking about like, my therapist ghosted me, my therapist didn't show up, da 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 da. And there's some other actual therapists on there saying that like, you're not allowed to do that, like that's malpractice, like you could lose your job for that. So my thing is just like, how are you doing that? And how is this a thing? How is there so many people who are ditching their patients, like patient abandonment? And it's just like, I don't understand that. I think that should be like checked out and researched, because it's just like, I don't know. Because for me, like, I was so sad when that happened. Like Sunday, I was really, really sad. I was mad, well, sad and mad, like irritated. I was irritated all day because like, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know, because some people like really rely on like their therapist to like be there for them. Like their therapist literally is like their own like safe space. And not to say that therapists like aren't people and have like their own things going on. That's normal. It's just that there has to be a bit more communication, like when it comes to things like that. Well, like when people are putting like their emotions like in the palm of your hand, like there's got to be a little more professionalism with that, because it's just like, I don't know. I go through my things, and I have like, you know, my negative ways that I still cope, and they're not like bad, but it's just like it made me feel like less than. And it also like the whole reason why like I'm kind of in therapy, and also like to add on why I'm not dating at this time, like not talking or like even getting involved with anybody in the slightest, is because I just feel like I have interpersonal issues with people, specifically dating, but just like. And so for you, like, I don't want to say it like this because I feel like that's corny, but it's just like, it's like I'm going through like one all over again. And that's the sadness that like kind of like I felt. It kind of triggers that, I don't know, the feeling of I'm not good enough. Like those voices in my head like start to go in those circles again, those negative thoughts, those self-deprecating thoughts, like they just hit, because it's just like, it kind of just adds on to it. It's like, not only like did you grow up like as a little kid, like your family didn't care, your friends don't care, nobody cares, but even when you go and ask for help from a professional that's like paid to care, they don't care. You're not worth them doing their job for. You don't deserve help. Or, like, what's another thought that I had to, like, work myself out of? It's just, like, maybe you're just meant to do this all on your own. Maybe you're just meant to deal with, like, your issues on your own. Like, you're not supposed to, like, be in therapy. And that's a scary thought. And honestly, like, if she, like, doesn't show up again, like, that's, like, three times, like, fool me once, shame on me. No. The saying is, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But fool me three times, I'm a clown. Like, and I just feel like that was very, very telling about myself. The fact that, like, I'm just like, you didn't show up once, you didn't show up twice. There's no way you're not going to show up a third time. Like, and I feel like I should really talk to her about that. But I just don't feel like that I should be viewing, like, my, I guess, relationship with my therapist in a similar sense in a relationship with, like, a person that I'm dating, because that's what it feels like, and that's very disheartening. So yeah. So I have an appointment next week. I will update you guys to let you guys know, like, how that went. I also just wanted to say, like, that because this is also discouraging me from therapy. Like, if she doesn't show up, like, I feel like I'm just gonna need, like, a break, like, before I go and, like, try to get involved with another therapist, because it's like, I don't know, it's just giving, like, dang, like, I can't even trust a therapist to be there for me. That's what it's giving, and that's really, really sad. It's like, I need some time to myself before, like, I put myself out there again. And it's just like, that's hard. That's hard to be telling, like, even a therapist, like, it's hard to just tell people that stuff. And so it's just like, I feel like I'm getting naked for these people, emotionally and physically now, emotionally naked for these people. And the rejection is just like, oh yeah, like, bond with me, and I'm gonna ghost you, like, or I'm not gonna be there for you. And it's just like, these are scary thoughts, but these are the thoughts that I feel. And it's just like, I just need her to be like, to tell me that she hates me at this point. Like, you hate me. Like, do you not like me? Do you not want to work with me? Because you have my number. That's another thing. You have my number. Why aren't you calling me? Why aren't you texting me? Why aren't you saying, like, hey, like, no, like, I don't want to work with you? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? I don't know, but I digress. If y'all want, I probably will anyway, but, like, I'll let you guys know how, like, it went. I don't know if, like, I can really, like, talk about, or I should be talking about, like, the innards of, like, my therapy session, but, like, basically, in terms of, like, this situation, I'll probably update you guys and be like, how did it go, and da-da-da-da-da. But that's pretty much it. Like, I'm just blown. I'm also blown that this is happening to other people, and that, like, it's enough of a problem where it's just like, now I, like, my trust in mental health practitioners are just like, but okay. Thanks for listening, and to my one subscriber, thank you for listening, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, I'm outie 5,000. Bye.